Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to poolside at Scott Elementary, where the Shaler Area Varsity Swimming Team will host the Pine Richland Rams on their senior night tonight. Well, now we're going to send it over to the senior introductions.
So Shaler would like to welcome the Pine Richland Rams on our senior night. We're going to start with our senior activities and introduce our seniors and their parents. First up, we have Jacob Picassa with his parents, Joe and Colleen. Jake's future plans are attending college, majoring in communications in the media production field, as well as minoring in studio art and creative writing. Next is Aiden Brophy with his parents, Heather and Phil Brophy. Aiden's future plans are still torn between Duquesne and Pitt, but he's sure he'll pick both a college, a major, and a career path eventually. Our next senior is Isabella Sirkund with parents Ed and Casey Sirkund. Isabella's future plans are majoring in nursing and continuing her swimming career at the University of Pittsburgh at Bradford. Next is Austin Dewees with his parents Diana and Brandon Dewees. Austin's favorite swim event is Breaststroke, his favorite food is pasta, and his favorite movie is anything Marvel. Next is Derek Forrester with his parents Desiree Sandel and Derek Forrester. His future plans are working for Forrester Plumbing. Next is Michael Cazani with parents Ann and Mike Cazani. His future plans are going to college for business. His favorite food is tacos. Samantha Hennon with her parents Laura Hennon and Sean and Jess Hennon. Her future plans, she plans to pursue nursing at Kennesaw State University and compete on their cross country and track team. Next is Emily Rosenwan with her parents Jen and Bernie Rosenwan. Future plans are attending college at Untitled State University and major in engineering. Next is Genevieve Sabo with her parents William Sabo and Melissa Ogiano. Future plans are studying mechanical engineering at the University of Louisville. Next is Jocelyn Schwartz with her parents, Joe and Paulette Schwartz. Her plans are to go to Geneva College and major in elementary and special education. And unable to attend this evening is team manager Anna Sheets. She is planning to go to school for forensic psychiatry. Congratulations to our seniors and best of luck in your future endeavors. for Shaler and Lane.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to start here our first event of the night, where it is the girls 200 medley relay. I'm Casey alongside Mr. Sirkund. Mr. Sirkund, you know a lot about this program. Could you describe what this first event's going to be like?
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, this first event is the women's 200 medley relay. Each one of the girls swim a 50-yard, which is 2 laps of the pool, 1 of each stroke. Okay, so what they're going to be starting off with in the water first is our backstroke. We're going to go with the breaststroke, the butterfly, and then the freestyle.
All right, as some of you may know, we start off with the lanes 1 through 6, 1 being at the far end, where Shaler will line up 1, 3, and 5.
That's correct.
And off to go here. We only have 3 in the relay right now. Oh, there's a 4th one, never mind, down in lane 6. Off to an early start. The far end, Pine Richland in the lead as we go through the first turn here.
All right, Casey, as you can see here, the backstroker from the Pine Richland team in lane 2 actually has the first leg of the race. Next will be your breaststroke.
And now the breaststroke gets started as Pine Richland's got a big lead right now. Shaler looking to keep it close though. Shaler, I think, is making some ground right now.
That's Isabella Sirkund in lane 3. Look at, she has a good turn here, may catch up to the swimmer in lane 2. Isabella is a senior here at Shaler Area. Next year she will be swimming at the University of Pitt, Bradford.
And Sirkund tries to keep up right here, tries to get back and catch up. Can she secure the win? But down in lane 4, also coming down to a close finish. And now we're on to the next stroke here.
Now this is the butterfly. A lot of people say this is one of the hardest strokes to swim. Kaisa is a freshman this year.
Pine Richland now getting more of a lead. They're securing their lead again, but Shaler can try to keep it close. Right now it's really between lanes 2, 3, and 4. And lane 2's got the hugest lead so far. Can Shaler pull it back though?
It's going to be tough in this last 50, but again, you can see the difference of each one of the 4 swimmers in the individual stroke can make a big difference, even in 2 laps of the pool.
Yeah, Shaler had caught up at one point, but now as we come to a close here, Pine Richland in lane 2 and lane 4 come first and second. Now coming in is Shaler at lane 3. Down in lane 6, we got one more for Pine Richland.
And Shaler finished with a time of 2:07.40. Actually, it's not too bad of a time. Just to let you guys know, these swimmers do try to hit certain times to qualify for the WPIL finals, which are usually held at the end of February, the beginning of March. Those times are pretty fast this year, again, due to the COVID guidelines. But a 2:07.40 is a really good time for them.
And now, next event, we will have the boys 200 medley relay. Expect the same event as you just saw, but with the boys.
Yes, Casey. Basically, what happens is each event that you see, first will be the women and then the guys. So it'll go, each event will follow the same format of events. It goes again with the women and then the guys. So this again is the men's 200 freestyle or 200 medley relay. One swimmer will swim each stroke for 50 yards.
As the swimmers get into the pool, thank you, Mr. Sirkund, for that great explanation there. And we are underway in the boys 200 medley relay. And down in lane 4, huge start there. Great jump off the board as you get to the first flip. Both schools in the same lanes as the first relay.
That's correct there. A swimmer in lane 4 on the backstroke had what we call underwaters. You could see how far he was actually under the water on the backstroke.
And now we have the breaststroke here, and Pine Richland's got a massive lead.
Swimmer in lane 3 for Shaler is actually passing up lane 2.
with the girls for the
I think
Shaler
that's
team,
Austin.
it was right around this time where Shaler was able to get back in close to the race. Can you think something like that will happen again?
Austin Dewees for Shaler is actually having a really good leg of the breaststroke. He's having a really good swim.
But right now, no changes so far as lane 4 here has just jumped into the lead, and they are not letting up.
You actually have a good race here between lanes 2 and 3. That looks like Derek Forrester with the Pine Richland swimmer in lane 2. Great race.
Forrester's giving it his all right now, trying to stay ahead, at least trying to secure second place. The whole place is getting rowdy right now. It's really a race between lanes 2 and 3 at the moment.
Looks like Lorenzo Bassa is going to be swimming. It's going to actually come down. It's going to be very important for a good turn here.
And as we get to the turn there, lane 4 for Pine Richland is just coming first, but now here comes Lorenzo Bassa trying to secure second. It's coming down to the wire here, and it looks like he will do just
Great
that.
finish.
Great finish there by Lorenzo Bassa.
Great finish, great finish. Again, a relay is an awesome event. We do have somebody here in lane 6. Again, Shaler finished with a time of 1:54.28. Those guys should be happy with that time. It's not too bad.
Yeah, the Whippeal time, according to this sheet, is 1:49. So that's only 5 seconds off right at this point. That's a very good time.
And we do have still some meets, even though it's senior night. Again, we had to move up some stuff just in case anything would happen. So we do still have chances to qualify. Another 4 meets, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, it'll be an exciting finish to this season for Shaler. As last week with some of the winter storms, some of the meets got delayed, so you get your senior night tonight. As now we will go to the girls 200 free. And we are off with all 6 lanes full this time. Shaler in the odd lanes and Pine Richland in the even lanes.
Now, Casey, again, this is the girls, and then it will repeat for the boys, but this is the 200-yard freestyle. 200-yard freestyle is 8 lengths of the pool, or 8 laps of the pool. So 1 lane down is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a 200-yard freestyle.
And right now, that's lane 3 for Shaler with a good lead right now. Can she keep it together and stay consistent throughout this longer race?
Looks like Katie Sullivan in lane 3.
In this race, what do you think is the most important thing to gain a lead and keep it there?
Well, this is really hard. Some people consider this a sprint. Some people consider it a mid-distance event. You know, my way of thinking, because I was a swimmer, never swam this event, but it was always 450s to me. So you want to go out, the first 350s pretty hard, and really bring that last 450 back, really bring it with you. So she's starting her, this is going to be her 125 mark here. As you can see, this other girl in lane 4. At the bottom of the screen will start to close.
And you can see Coach May on the sideline there. She's giving all of the support she can to her swimmers. As Katie continues to keep a nice lead there. Hasn't really changed, but she's got 2 Pine Richland swimmers on her tail in lanes 2 and 4.
After this turn, she'll have 2 more laps of the pool.
She's keeping it together. She's getting cheers from all around. She's got lane 4's closest to her. Can she keep it together? And here it comes down now to the end. Katie keeps going. Can she keep the lead? It's getting loud in here. It's going to be close, but it looks like she will do it here as she does get first place. Good win there by Katie.
Great swim by Katie. Again, that's really a hard race to try to judge. Sometimes if you go out in that first 50 too much, you don't have enough left in the tank. But that was actually a great swim for Katie, and she should be very happy with that time. That's a 2:05.52. Again, that's a pretty good time.
Only 1 second off the Whippeal time.
That's exactly right.
Now there's one left for Shaler. They're in lane 1. Just getting cheers on. Get a good finish in. As next we will come in with the boys 200 free.
All right, great finish.
And great finish there. squash them all around.
In lane 1 for Shaler, Will Nebbiolo. Lane 2 for Pine Richland, Justin Bogats. Lane 3 for Shaler, Noah Long. Lane 4 for Pine
There's something about
Richland,
this swim meet.
Matthew
I just
Carter.
can't help. I'm standing on all this water, and I guess my mouth's getting a little dry. I just want to drink
Oh, yeah.
sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Well, now we get ready for the boys 200 free. This should be a competitive one we have here as they line up. And we're underway for the boys 200 free. Lane 2's underwater for a while, but it's lane 3 who's in the lead at first. First turn there.
It's Noah Long in lane 3 for Shaler. Looks like he's going out pretty fast in his first 15. In his first 50, we want to be able to hold this for another 350s. Goes out in a 24.94, not a bad time.
Right now, with where the swimmers are, I think so far this looks like the closest race between all the lanes that we've had so far. But really, the two jumping out right now are the ones in lanes 3 and 4. But Noah Long is the one with the biggest lead right now. Can he secure it and keep it together for the rest of this swim?
Just finished his 100 mark. He went there on a 27.50. As you can see, the second 50 is supposed to be a little slower because you have the start on the first 50. But still, you want to try to hold these 50s to as fast as you can.
And Noah continues to build his lead now. It's really just between him in lane 3 and the Pine Richland swimmer in lane 4.
We have Braden Bork down here in lane 5 at the bottom of your screen. That's really a good race between lane 2 on the top of your screen, swimmer from Pine Richland.
Yeah, even though Shaler tonight, they have 11 seniors, is it?
That's right, that is 11 seniors.
Lining up. So far, a lot of the underclassmen have been showing up to perform here tonight.
That's right.
Now as we come down to the end here, it's Noah Long who's got the big lead and is looking to win. And that, the Whitfield time is 1:52.50. And he has beat that soundly. At 1:50.03, beats the Whitfield time of 1:52. What a race there by Noah Long.
That's right, Casey. That time of 1:50.03 actually qualifies Noah for this year's WPIL championship meet, barring the COVID restrictions put in place. But normal qualifying times, that would meet. That's a really good time at 1:50.03.
Yeah, he'll be excited, and he should be proud of that. Very good race for him. As Shaler there picks up another first place win. As now we go to the girls 200 individual medley. Now, even though this one is also 200, what's the difference between this and the freestyle?
Okay, so again, it's a 200, so that means that there's actually 8 lanes to the pool. Now this, again, is a lot like the medley relay at the beginning of the meet where each swimmer swam 50, but here the same swimmer swims 2 laps of each of the 4 strokes, starting with butterfly.
And we're off here as we start with the butterfly. And it's Pine Richland in lane 4 who jumps off to an early lead as we get to the first turn. Coming down to the end of the first 2 laps. Shaler keeping it close there in lane 3, keeping it close with lane 2. That's a good race you have there. As now we head on to the backstroke.
That's correct. Now, as you can see here, the swimmers swim 2 laps of the backstroke, followed by the breaststroke, and then followed by the freestyle. So it is a different order than what the medley relay is. Okay, the butterfly, as I said earlier, is the hardest stroke. So in this event, they figured they'd get that out of the way first.
Yeah, this one's probably like that a lot. Get that out of the way, you know. Because you don't want, after all that swimming, then have to do the hardest one at the end.
That's right. That's right. That wouldn't be smart. That's right. And
as we're halfway through the race here, it's Pine Richland in lane 4 who's got the big lead. But Shaler and Pine Richland in lanes 2 and 3, that's a close race. That's exciting to watch right now.
That's Kaisa Celli. She's a freshman for Shaler this year. We'll have to see a lot of times in this event also, the breaststroke could make or break this race because of the fact that breaststroke is traditionally the slowest of the 4 strokes, and it's the most technical, so most time could be made up or lost on the breaststroke leg of the individual medley.
Yeah, and as you say that, for Shaler in lane 3, I'm sorry I forgot her name, but she seems to have lost that ground there, so right now she's looking to hold on to 3rd place. Actually, she's now competing with the Pine Richland swimmer in lane 6. Now you go on to the freestyle. As it's the Pine Richland swimmer in lane 4 who's got the huge lead there, with another one following up in lane 2.
And it's even so hard. You think, okay, well, freestyle's an easy stroke, but after swimming the 50s of each of the previous 3 strokes, this last leg really takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, and that's the disadvantage of being one of the freshmen here competing in this varsity type meet, because you don't have that same 4 years of endurance training that some of the seniors that you're competing against have.
That is true. That is true.
As Pine Richland in lanes 2 and 4 came in first and second, now coming down to a close finish is Shaler and Pine Richland. And as Shaler gets 3rd place, Pine Richland there in lane 6 with 4th.
Okay.
One more for Shaler, coming in with a good finish here in lane 5.
I'm looking at lane 3, Kaisa Celli there. She went a 2:38.49. Not a bad time. Not sure exactly where she should be at this time, but good race for her.
200 individual medley. In lane 2 from Pine Richland, Brennan Kirkpatrick. In lane 3 from Shaler, Jake Picasso.
That's Emily, I think, is in lane 5, and I must mention she is a senior this year.
As now as many of you gotten the routine before, we'll have the same event, but with the boys.
That's correct.
As they line up here. And we're off here with the boys 200 individual medley. We start with the breaststroke.
This looks like, I think this is Jake Picassa in lane 3 for Shaler. He's another one of our 11 seniors that we have this year. And he's also the swimmer that sang the national anthem, if you guys were pretty enough to hear that in the beginning of this telecast.
Yeah, he's also one of SATV's very own. If you've watched some of the football games, he's been there on the sideline filming. He's been on the desk for SATV morning announcement.
Is that what I thought?
He does everything, you know. He's one of a kind. We like him here today.
Jake's a good guy.
So now we go on to the backstroke. Pine Richland in lane 4 got about 2-body lead as Jake keeps it close in lane 3.
Now, not that I'm going to get ahead of myself, but Jake is a breaststroker. So as I was saying before, to see if make or break in the breaststroke, not sure about the Pine Richland swimmer, but we'll see if we can catch him here because Jake is a breaststroker.
That's good to hear as we get right into the breaststroke. Let's see if he can catch up. I think he is gaining some ground for sure, at least on lane 2. Oh yeah, he's definitely gained some ground. He's about equal with lane 2, looking to catch up with lane 4. We've got a good race on our hands here. It's super close between lanes 2, 3, and 4. Now it's the freestyle.
Let's see what he got left in his tank here. Get that senior power.
Let's see if he can pull it off. You've got lane 4 in first, 3 in second, and 2 in third. What a finish we have on our hands here. Jake looks to catch up. It's going to be a close finish as we come down to the wire. Pine Richland lane 4 just pulls ahead. He'll get the win. Jake looks to get second place. Close finish you have there as Jake just loses out on second place by a 1/10 of a second. So you've got lane 4 for Pine Richland in first, Pine Richland in lane 2, and second, narrowly beating Jake Picasso in lane 3 for third.
That's right. That's right. As you can see, it's 1/10 of a second. That's faster than you can almost blink of an eye.
Freestyle in lane 1.
I think that was the most exciting, closest race we've had so far.
I must add here, you're going to see the 50-yard freestyle here. It's 2 laps of the pool. This is a full-out sprint led by, in lane 3, senior Isabella Sirkund.
Proud moment for you right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I must say I'm a little impartial. That's my daughter.
What lane did you say she was in?
She's in lane 3.
Look to keep an eye on her.
Jocelyn Swartz, I must also say here, is in lane 1. She's also a senior. I can't see right now who's in lane 5. That's Sam in lane 5.
Take a little longer for the start here. Sometimes you get the awkward silence at swimming. Everyone quiets down.
Yeah. Yep. Here we go. Usually the whistle will bring them up on a block.
And we're off here with the full-out sprint of the girls 53. We got a close race here for this sprint. Sirkund in lane 3. She's got just a little lead right there. Can she keep it? It's going to be close. I think she's about a hand in front. It's coming down to the wire between lanes 2 and 3. It looks like Sirkund will look to seal it off. And she does. Isabella comes in first place by 400ths of a second.
That's even closer than 1/10, as you can see, 4 100ths. As you can see, that was a great race by all of the swimmers. Unfortunately, lane 5 didn't get a time. Sometimes that happens, but we do have backup timers. But as you can see, all 6 swimmers within, 2 seconds of one another. So, awesome race.
That's the full-out sprint right there. It's your time. I'm surprised you're not jumping up and screaming right now. I mean, I wouldn't have blamed you.
I try to, help myself here when I'm on SATV.
Now we move on to the boys 50 free.
That's the boys, yep. The same thing, 2 laps freestyle. This is an all-out sprint.
And we're off. You can hear on the sidelines, everyone screams, go. We've got a real fast one here. It's Pine Richland lane 4 who's got the little lead right there. But it's a close race throughout as Pine Richland lane 3 pulls away a little. Shaler keeping it close right now in lanes 3 and 5. And we finish here. Lane 4 gets first place with a time that just barely misses on qualifying for the Whippeal. You've got second place came to 6th place, and now we have a break.
Yep, that's exactly right. As you can see from them times, again, as you're fading away there, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, how close that race is. A very exciting race.
Yeah, those sprints are just really exciting to watch. I mean, they don't take as much of the stamp. Well, actually, you never know, because that's the full-out sprint, so they do take out a lot.
That's right. All right, well, hey, Casey, we'll catch you after the break.
Yep.
In lane 2 from Pine Richland, in lane 3 from Shaler, Cazani.
And we are back from that quick intermission as we come back here to the girls 100 butterfly.
Now, again, the 100 butterfly is 4 laps of the pool, each swum a butterfly event.
How does Shaler, do you think, rank in this race? What do you think they're? Is there strong suit, do you think, or no?
Well, Cazani here is our freshman. She actually this is her stroke. She really likes it. But again, you have to work very hard on this stroke because of the fact that it takes so much out of you. So we'll have to see how she does.
I see here you've got a close race between lanes 2, 3, and 4, but it's lane 4 for Pine Richland with about a body lead, as it's close between Katie in lane 3 and Pine Richland in lane 2.
One thing, Casey, about this race is it's kind of funny, even though it's only 4 laps. What's really the hardest part of this whole entire race is the last half lap of the last length. You'll see people just really trying to get to the wall again because it takes a lot out of you.
As here, it is Pine Richland in lane 4 who's got the big lead, really gotten out in front there. As in lane 2, looking to secure second place, as Katie just behind in lane 3 is going to look for third. And good finish there, as we got one more for Pine Richland, coming in with a good finish in lane 6.
All right, a time of 1:13.90 for Kaisa. Again, not sure where she's at, but not a bad time. Not a bad time.
You said she was a freshman, right?
That's correct, yes.
So she's got years now to improve. I mean, she's already competing pretty well in these varsity meets. So, she's got 4 years.
That's exactly right. Another 3 years after this year. Yep.
Now onto the boys butterfly. See maybe if any seniors can pull out a win here. Any seniors racing in this race?
No, we have all. Looks like we have. Is that Derek Forrester in lane 5 and Noah Long in lane 3 for Shaler?
Derek's a senior.
Derek, is that Derek? Derek is that Derek? That is Derek. That is Derek. Derek Forrester. That is him. He is a senior this year.
We'll see if he can pull out a win on his senior night then. And we are off here.
Sometimes, Casey, to be honest with you, it's hard to tell them when they're on their caps and their goggles. So I apologize, Derek, if you're watching this, man. I know who you are.
Kind of like at the beginning of the pandemic, everyone had the mask on. You didn't really know who anyone was.
That's right.
I know sometimes with my teachers in school, I see them take off their mask. I don't even know who they are.
Good race by Noah Long in lane 3 for Shaler. At the 50 mark, he does come in at first place. Let's see how he does on the second half of the race.
Noah Long has seemed to be Shaler's strongest swimmer tonight, as he's got another big lead here, looking to come down now to the final lap. And he does have a big lead. He's going to secure first place easily here. Can he make Whippeal time? Whippeal time is 56:60, and he has a time of 56:17. He makes another Whippeal time right there.
Great swim by Noah. He was really looking pretty good on that. It was really, really getting close to that Whippeal cut, and glad to see that he made it with a time of 56:17.
So another good race by Noah.
Good swim for Derek, too, at 1:08.32. Really good swim for him.
Yeah, I know Derek personally. He's always telling me all these stories about swimming and stuff like that. He's a big Aaron Rodgers fan, that guy. Can't stop talking about him, and the Green Bay Packers, just for them to go out again.
That's funny. Now, so the next event, we have the girls' 100-yard freestyle. So, again, it's 4 laps of the pool, so I'm freestyle.
And we are off here. Girls 100 freestyle. And I see this time that all 6 lanes are full in this race. Are there, the reasons that sometimes not all 6 lanes are full during the race? Is that just a numbers thing, or?
Yeah, that's correct. Right. That's a numbers thing. You want to definitely try to get, one swimmer in each of the events, and then it's a bonus as you get swimmer number 2 and number 3.
We're coming out here at the halfway point. It seems to be Pine Richland in lane 4, who's got the lead, but coming in at a close second is Shaler in lane 2. Can she catch up there? Coming down here to the last lap That's Pine Richland looking to get the win in lane 4, but it's Shaler will look to easily secure second place. As 2 more for Shaler and 1 and 5 will come in at the end. Good finishes coming in for both of them. You know who that was in lane 3 for Shaler?
That was Katie Sullivan for lane 3, and I was just looking at the time, Casey, and a time of 59.98. A really big milestone in the 100-yard freestyle is the 1 minute mark. So as you can see that she did break that, and she went 2 100ths underneath that 1 minute mark, but great swim. That's a good swim for Katie.
Katie seems to have a lot of talent here tonight. She's
doing well. Yes, she is. It looks like Sam Hennon in lane 1 over there. Give her a shout out. And then it looks like, is that Emily? No, that's Sarah. Sarah, that was Sarah. Vitale that got in lane 5. You have Aiden Brophy here, who's a senior for Shaler, in lane 5.
And we're off here with the boys 100 free. Senior Aiden Brophy in lane 5. He's a real popular guy around school. Can he pull off a big win on his senior night tonight? Right now, it's lanes 2, 3, and 4 who are close to the first spot, with lane 4 in first. But it's a really competitive race. No one's out of it yet as we come to the halfway point. Coming to the final lap here, it's this Pine Richland swimmer in lane 4 and lane 2 who are going to come down here for a close finish for first and second. Shaler in lane 3 looking to get third, but Aiden Brophy here coming down to a close finish here between lane 5 and 6. Good finish by everyone there.
Not a bad swim. That was Lorenzo Bassa in lane 3. He won a 57.22. Looks like Aiden Brophy won a 58.64. All swimmers won under a minute. That was a great swim by all 5 of the swimmers there in that event.
Yeah, you said that minute mark is the one you want to break, and everyone did. So good race from everyone, both Pine Richland and Shaler. I'm sure Aiden Brophy on.
Actually, I think this is Sarah. This is Sarah Vitale swimming in the 500-yard freestyle, Casey. Now this event here is the longest race in high school on PIAA. It's 20 laps.
Now this is where all of that training, all that endurance stuff throughout the summer, winter, everything, every practice they've had, this is where that all comes in.
Right. And I must say that I'm not sure who actually swam the 100, but this is Sarah Vitale. She's another one of our freshman swimmers, the lone representation in this event. So let's go, Sarah.
Well, I was mentioning before about some of the endurance training that's needed for this. What do you know about some of that practices that they have? I've heard from some of my friends on the swim team, them playing with the grueling practices of waking up early in the morning, have to come swim so early, and just all the time with this pull again and again and again. It takes a lot of work to be competitive and be a good swimmer for varsity high school swimming.
It sure does. And again, you know, this is a freestyle event. And in freestyle, basically, in this event here, you can swim anything. So, for example, if you wanted to swim the backstroke in this event, or the butterfly in this event, or the breaststroke in this event, you're able to. Okay? So as long as you don't touch the bottom of the pool and propel forward and touch each of the walls for every lap, you will not be disqualified. So it's actually called a freestyle or a crawl stroke to get to the other side of the pool. Now, the reason the yardage is important is because, again, freestyle is not the hardest of the strokes, but in most practices, I'm not exactly sure how many they swim, but between 4,000 and 7,000 yards of practice, the majority of that will be swum freestyle, again, just to build up the aerobic cardiovascular of your body, you know. But again, anytime you swim 20 laps at a race pace, you'll definitely build up a lot of lactic acid, which will cause cramping. And how you control that is just by try to swim more and eating lots of bananas.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of techniques that you need. Yes, you need really big lungs, I guess, if you want to be a good swimmer here, a competitive swimmer, because you got to, be able to last that long. I've watched the Olympics sometime. I've seen, for the girls, I've seen Katie Ledecky for the USA. She's the one that always gets the praise, because I see her, she's not so the fastest sometimes, but she can just swim forever. So that's a different level that hopefully these girls, they want to dream to be able to get there one day.
Right, and you mentioned, the little things like on this, like the turns, for example. So if you can get more streamlined off your turns and propel further off the wall, you don't have as many strokes to the end of the lap. So little technical things there too. I always said, I had a son that used to swim, and I always said, Gino, I said, you need to make sure that you really streamline off the walls, because that'll carry you halfway down the lap if you do that right. So it's very important to have the technical aspect, even though it's a freestyle event and 20 laps, it's very important to still have the technical ability to make you swim at your fullest potential.
Yeah, I remember seeing a few races ago for the boys, one of the swimmers for Pine Richland, when they jumped off the block, they were able to stay underwater until over halfway of the first lap. So obviously you save that stamina there and you still get such a big jump.
Well, as you can see actually here, Casey, if you can see the camera, when it's panning in, you'll see yellow markers on the lane lines, okay? They're actually called a 15-meter mark. So from the opposite end of the pool, the swimmer has to be above the water by those yellow markers on the buoy. If not, they will be disqualified.
Now, would it be the far one? Or
that is correct. So so down at this far end of the pool now, as he's panning in, and you're going to see the yellow ones coming eventually, that is so from the far wall that we just came from to where these yellow markers are now, the swimmer has to be above the surface of the water or they'll be disqualified.
Yeah, because at that point you'd be kind of cheating the system a little bit, because at that point it's not even swimming. Well,
that's correct. And a part of the water, it's freestyle has to be swum on top of the water. You can't. Back in the day, I think that you were able actually to swim the whole lap under the water, but it's always faster to swim under the water than on top of the water, because you're pulling the water behind you while you're under the water. So that's a very good technique to learn. Again, you can't swim as you're in the air, but they give you the limitations of those yellow buoys.
Now I see here on the far end of the pool, you don't see it yet, but when the camera pans over, once again, I see some of the swimmers' teammates there. They'll have numbers on the side. Is that the lap that they're showing for the swimmers?
That is correct. So as you can see, as we can pan into this view here, each of the swimmers are holding different numbers on sticks that they're showing and shoving down in the water. What that does actually is tells the swimmer what lap they're on, so they don't have to figure, if you're trying to swim 4 laps or 2 laps or even 8 laps, you could keep that in your head. But with 20 laps or anything over that, they actually do have other people that help you keep indication of what lap you are. Now what you hear there is this is the last 50 for the lead lap swimmer. That's a signaled lap event. So that also tells you that the swimmer has 2 more laps to swim before the completion of the race.
Yeah, and in first for this lap is Pine Richland in lane 4. As we come down now to a finish, it's Shaler there in lane 3. And Pine Richland there finishes in first place there in lane 4. As Shaler in lane 3 coming down to their final 2.
Yeah, this race, because again, unlike the 50, right, where everybody's finished the race within a second or 2 seconds, this on 20 laps, you can see the disparity is a little bit greater, because again, you have the 20 laps to swim. Again, this is a very, very grueling race, though. You think, 20 laps, that's nothing, right? Well, let me tell you, you got another thing coming.
Yeah. Takes a different type of stamina and endurance to be able to swim like that over and over and competitively. And just for those practices, the fact that they have so many practices, the amount of times that they'll have to do that just for this training and the practice, and then you get to the swim meets, you have to do it again.
Right.
So
Right. And just want to tell you there, Katie came in with a time of 6:20.41. That's a good swim for her. She should be pretty happy with that. So good job, Katie.
Yeah, a little lonely out there. The only Shaler member competing for the girls.
Yeah, that's tough sometimes, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. So if anyone's interested in swimming, at this point I could give a little mark during the 500 freestyle on the men's. I'll talk a little bit more about what we can offer you here at Shaler as far as the opportunity to learn how to swim competitively. Stay tuned after this. But again, this is the men's 500-yard freestyle, which will be our next event. And what you see the swimmers here now, we're gonna, you know, just do a little cool down lap. Because again, you have a lot of that lactic acid that builds up. So rather than going on the side of the pool and going over and sitting down on the bench and starting to cramp up, we allow the swimmers to take a little stroll down the pool to help alleviate some of that lactic acid in their muscles.
Yeah, I know a lot of times after practices or games, what you'll be told is to do cool down stretches or something, because even though you've stretched beforehand and then you've done whatever workout or exercise you were doing, if you just simply leave it like that and don't cool it down, then afterwards when you can cramp up or pull something or etc.
That's right. That's really right. Okay, for Shaler in this next event, looks like we have Will Nebbiolo in lane one, Jake Picassa, who's a senior here, in lane 3 for us. And then it looks like Mr. Braden Bork in lane 5. Braden's a sophomore. And Will. We have 2 sophomores and a senior in this event for Shaler.
Good to see a full lineup of Shaler swimmers for this one.
Braden Bork, in lane 6 from Pine Richland, Grant Lundgren.
And we're off here. Boys 500 free on the way here. Close start at the beginning, but that doesn't really matter how you start.
Casey, I have to tell you this right now. The swimmer from Pine Richland in lane 2, not sure why he's swimming at butterfly, but again, I made note to it earlier. It is illegal swim in this event. Now, the question is, can he swim 20 laps butterfly?
Do you have to stick with one, or can you switch it up?
You have to stick with one, I think. That's really a good question. I've never really seen that. But again, Jake Picassa here is leading on the, this is going to be a good race, and we'll see how good he can keep his splits. It looks like it's going to be pretty interesting for all 20 laps.
Another Pine Richland swimmer in lane 6 is also doing the butterfly down at your closest lane. So you've got
we're going to have to talk to Mr. Pete Berry, who's the head coach for Pine Richland, and find that out. They must be seniors, or they got in trouble.
Yeah, that's interesting. Not one, but 2 swimmers doing butterfly.
That's really interesting. At this point here, since we got a lot, you know, we're going to keep our eye on the race between lane 3 and 4 because it's really good. But at this time, I did want to say and follow up, you know, here in Shaler, we have plenty of opportunities, not only with the Learn to Swim program, that you can find out, but we also have Shaler Area Swim Club. If you Google up Shaler Area Swim Club, or I think it's called ShalerAreaSwimClub.com, you can go onto our website and find out. Basically, if a swimmer can swim 1 lap of the pool unassisted, we'd be more than happy to, you know, teach those swimmers the 4 strokes of competitive swimming. We also have a Sea Puppies program in which, you know, it's a little bit less than the full lap, but again, it's introduction. It's not learn to swim, but it's introduction to 4 strokes of competitive swimming. So again, you know, just because all you think in high school, swimming's a year-round sport, and a lot of these swimmers do swim club swimming as well as high school swimming. So you can swim all year round. In fact, we encourage our swimmers to swim all year round, with 2 times of the year not being in the water for recovery. Usually it's October and April. So again, I just want to put a plug out there for ShalerAreaSwimClub.com, or talk to any one of your other athletes during the school year. And, you know, the coaches for Shaler, Abby and Kia, are awesome. And then I don't know the other coach's name. I must say, I forget off the top of my head here. But again, you know, please check out the website if you're interested. We'd be happy to give you any information.
Yeah, and speaking of Coach Abby May, I had her as a teacher in 8th grade. She was super nice, great person to be around. As you can see, always coaching her swimmers on the sideline. They're always part of her team. She's just a great person to be around if you ever want to be on the swim team.
Yeah, Coach Abby and Coach Kia both for Shaler. They both swam. And then Coach, and I apologize, I can't remember your name. I think you swam too. Let's not lose focus at lanes 3 and 4. This is a hell of a race.
Yeah, they've been neck and neck the whole time. No one giving anything right now, as they are both on lap 13. And that's Jacob Picasso on his senior night, looking to pull off a fantastic win. Can he keep it up?
Good for Jake, I'll tell you, singing the national anthem and having a good race on his senior night. Good for this guy. It's something definitely to remember. Swimming up, Jake.
And one thing to know about this swimming program, you can see on the sideline, Jacob and the other Shaler swimmers, they've all got their friends encouraging them on the sideline. I can see all the time that this is a tightly knit group.
This is definitely a great team. This time, too, I also want to give a shout-out to the Pine Richland Rams and Coach Pete Berry over here and Coach Charles Lurch over here. That's 2 years in a row they actually helped us out, whether it be with COVID or snow. So I just wanted to give a big shout-out to the coaching staff and all the swimmers for the Pine Richland Rams. Thank you.
And as lanes 3 and 4, both on lap 17, Jacob Picasso's got a slight lead, but it's going to be a close race to the finish. The whole place is getting loud right now, rooting on Jacob Picasso. As now we come down to the final 2 laps here.
It's gonna come down to a half a second, 20 laps out, too. Hell of a race.
We've got an exciting finish here. Another close finish for Jacob Picasso. Can he pull off the victory this time? Coming down to the home stretch, lanes 3 and 4. We're closing down to the finish. And that's Pine Richland in lane 4, who just beats out Jacob Picasso. But what a great swim by the both of them, especially Jacob.
Yeah, great swim by Jake at a 5:11.74. I think that was pretty close to that Whitfield time.
Only 3 seconds off.
Only 3 seconds off. So again, that was a really good swim for Jake. I love his. I mean, he had look at him, and he gave it all he got. So again, congratulations. Good job also for Braden Bork in lane 5 and Will Nebbiolo in lane 1 for Shaler.
And as we come down to a close here, it's the two butterfly strokes.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to find this information out later. Not sure why Coach Barry up there, Coach Pete has these guys, but again, either they're seniors or they got in trouble. So
I mean, it's
again,
gonna be tough.
Swimming 20 laps butterfly, good for those guys, man. So
that's a different level of endurance.
He's still got another 50.
And coming down to his last lap. Good finish here in lane 6. Good for him with that tougher butterfly stroke.
You're gonna hear this guy get a big round of applause.
And the whole pulled.
And that's great. And just as you can see also, too, the other swimmers are still remaining in the water at the completion of the race, okay, even though there's a big separation between all the swimmers. That's just to show the courtesy and the respect to the other swimmers. You don't want to get out of the water. You want to stay in the water until all the swimmers who swam the race completed the race.
$69. Winning them, Sydney Candor, Sophia Joppi.
Now, after that exciting race, we bring you the girls 200 free relay.
Right, now in this event, Casey, is each girl, there's 4 girls, each swim a 50, which is 2 laps, all freestyle. So again, you have the 4-legged race, but then there's 4 girls that only swim the 2 laps of freestyle. This event here is actually a newer event. I'm not dating myself, but back in the late 80s, we didn't even have this event. So this is relatively a newer event. Not sure what year it came as a PIA swimming event, but it's relatively newer. 20 years maybe?
Now it's in lineup here. Only 4 lanes will be filled for this race.
How about let Daddy put it in his pocket so you don't lose it?
Because that's not gonna happen.
And we're off. Only 1 lane for Shaler this time. Jumping off with the freestyle.
Yep. Looks like Kaisa. It looks like Emily is going off second leg for Shaler. She's a senior this year.
As it looks like for Pine Richland, it's down lane 6, who's got the lead right now. As we're on to the second swimmers for each team. That's Emily there, senior, looking to keep it close.
Looks like Sarah Vitale is going off third here for Shaler.
And that's Pine Richland in lane 4, who's gotten the bigger lead now. Shaler still in second in lane 3.
Shaler's taking up second place here, and it looks like, I think this is Sam Hennon is going off as the anchor. And please, I'm going to put this out there. If I'm getting anybody's name wrong, I apologize, because I can't see underneath your hat and your goggles.
Don't worry, I've had the same issue before. Not my first, sometimes it's, even when I have the roster, sometimes when I think of, I can't read the names.
Yeah.
I just have to take a best guess sometimes.
You would think that during all these COVID restrictions and all that, with these masks that everyone wearing, we're getting used to people's eyes, but unfortunately I can't see the eyes because of the fact that they got the goggles on.
And the race finishes there with Pine Richland coming in first in lane 4. Sam Hennon comes in second there for Shaler at lane 3. Both Pine Richland lanes getting cheers for their teammates with a good finish. For
Good time for them. Girls 1:59.81, second place. A good swim for them. Under 2 minutes is always good. It's swimming, you always want to try to hit milestones. So anytime it's under like a 2-minute block, that would be pretty good.
Freestyle relay. In lane 2 for Pine Richland, Shane Rupert, Daniel Steiger, Gavin Rupert, Matthew Carper. In lane 3 from Shaler, Lorenzo Bassa, Derek Forrester, Jake Picasso, Noah Long. Lane 4 for Pine Richland, Justin
Now here
Jack
with the
Baccarat,
boys 200 relay, I think we'll have 2 seniors. And this one, I think it was Derek Forrester and Jacob Picasso.
It looks like Aiden Brophy,
Nebula. Lane 6 for Pine Richland,
Austin Dewees.
Kevin McLaughlin, Colton McGeary.
So it looks like we have Austin Dewees laying off in lane 5, Brophy going second.
So Shaler will have 2 lanes this time.
Lane 5, then it looks like Braden Bork and Will Nebbiolo. It looks like Lorenzo Bassa, Derek Forrester, Jake Picassa, and Noah Long.
And we're off here. 5 lanes filled this time. Close race to start it off.
Basically, this relay for Shaler, I think they're pretty well set to try to win this race. This is pretty much probably the fastest 450 freestylers that the team has, so curious to see how well they do here.
And especially we've got Noah Long as the anchor for lane 3. He's been Shaler's probably best competitor so far tonight. So
Derek Forrester's going off second. I'm sorry, Derek Forrester's in lane 3 for Shaler. Noah Long's going to be anchoring. That's Jake Picasso going off third for Shaler right here now. In lane 3, Braden Bork in lane 5.
As that's Aiden Brophy finishing up in lane 5 for Shaler, with Braden Bork jumping in now.
That's yep.
Now finishing another 50 here. It's lane 4 for Pine Richland Rams. Coming in first place.
We want to try to see here if Noah can get this guy out of lane 2.
Noah looking to catch up and get a second place finish here. Can he pull it back? We'll see. Gonna be a good finish. He's definitely catching up. Can he pull it off? And
oh, he needed another 2 feet.
Just barely misses out on second place by
Another 2 feet.
less than a second. But good race overall for both lanes for the Shaler boys.
Good swim for them. Yep, definitely a good swim with them. 138.03, not bad at all.
138.03. The Whitfield time was 137, so really close there.
Really close. These guys, again, and they have plenty. They have 4 or 5 more meets. Don't quote me on the number of meets left, but there are still. And then also, too, in swimming, they actually have something that's called tapering. So after the body gets really hard at working, there's a cool down period, and it's called a taper. So usually after their body recovers from a taper, they swim a lot faster. So that's actually designed in their swimming practice schedule.
Pretty sure there's another meet tomorrow for Shaler, so that's going to be a tough night, sore night for them tomorrow.
Yes, that is true, but by the time this gets out here, I will tell you, but there's actually 3 meets this week. Tomorrow night, Tuesday, February 8th, I think, so not want to date this video, but and then also on Thursdays at Gateway. So tomorrow night's home, and then Thursdays at Gateway.
So a tough week for Shaler as they close out their season.
Yes.
But you'll know the results of that by the time this comes out.
Oh, yeah.
As now we move on to the girls 100 backstroke.
Right. Now, Casey, this event is 4 laps again. As you see, 4 laps happens a lot. But now this is backstroke. So again, as long as it's swum on the back, it's liable, and it has to be swum on top of the water. Looks like senior Joshua Swartz. Emily is in lane 5. Looks like Sam again over there is in lane 1.
I think I heard the name Jen Sabo.
Oh, that's Jen's. Wait. Is that Jen Sabo in lane 5? Yes.
And we're off here with the girls 100 backstroke. As that's lane 3 for Shaler with an early little lead there. Good start as the first 25 is over, looking to finish the first 50 with the lead as she continues to pull away. Halfway through this race, it's Shaler in lane 3 with the slight lead.
This is Emily here.
And coming down to the finish here, we've got Shaler in lane 3 with the lead. She will secure the win here.
Great swim by Jocelyn. Emily's coming up here. In lane 5. And I'm not sure if that's Genevieve in lane 1 or not. I apologize. It looks like it may be.
Good swim there by Jocelyn to get first place.
Time of 108.04. Good swim for her. That's a really good friend for her.
Also, it's her senior night, so that's a nice night.
That's always nice.
That's a good memory to get first place on a race in your senior night.
That was Genevieve in lane 1, Genevieve Sabo. And then Emily in lane 5. And again, Jocelyn in lane 1. Congratulations, girls. Good job. All right, we got Michael Giazoni. He's a senior for Shaler. Looks like he's the lone representation in this event. So let's go, Michael.
as you may have noticed, different to other events, they don't start on the diving board for this or the block for this event. They start in the pool and they kick off for the backstroke. Underway here, Michael Giazoni, sole representative for Shaler in this race. Can he pull out a win? Good start by him. Lots of cheers all around the gym for him.
Looks like we got a good race here. Michael can hold this together in his second 50. We'll be okay.
Halfway point. I think for this race, the time you're looking for is for under a minute.
That would be really optimistic under a minute, but yeah, we could hope so here.
Looking for a good finish here, Michael Giazoni in second place right there in lane 3. As Pine Richland will come in first in lane 4. Michael Giazoni, good race by him, gets second place with a time of 1:02.
1:02.95. Good swim for Michael. Yes, definitely. He brought that 50 back very well.
One is the girls 100 breaststroke. In lane 2 from Pine Richland, Abigail Gregorovich. In lane 3 from Shaler, Isabella Sirkund. Lane 4 from Pine Richland, Elizabeth Schaefer. Lane 6 from Pine Richland, Fiona Cortina.
Looks like we have one breaststroker here, Isabella Sirkund, who's a senior.
And we're off here. Shaler once again with only one competing here in lane 3.
The turn is so important on this. Good turn, Isabella. Need to get off that wall a little bit more.
Good race here between lanes 3 and 4. Isabella keeping it close here.
This 50 is important here.
Isabella slightly behind lane 4, getting a lot of cheers. Can she catch it back up?
Good ball. Line. Now what's really important is the last 25 again. It's really hard. By this time you got a lot of lactic acid, but you want to definitely pull up over here and really lean.
Coming down to a close finish, putting out all their energy right now. As at the end, Pine Richland first place in lane 4. And good race there. Shaler lane 3. Isabella, nice race in second place.
Not a bad time, 1:14.77. You know, that's a pretty good time with her. A milestone for her because she's my daughter, I do know. Anything under 1:15 is a really good swim with her. Again, she's pretty tired right now, but she should definitely be very happy with that 1:14.77.
Yeah, only 2 seconds off the Whitfield time, so.
That's right, she's real close.
It's a proud moment right there for you. Yeah.
In lane 4 for Pine Richland, Will Wildbacher. In lane 5 for Shaler, Aiden Brophy. In lane 6 for Pine Richland, Rocco Jarvis.
All right, so we got Austin Dewees and Aiden Brophy. We got 2 seniors in this breaststroke event here for Shaler.
As they're off the blocks now, under the water for a while here. Now they come up.
Now on this breaststroke, one thing that's really important that we forgot to mention earlier is when they do touch the wall, they have to touch with both hands simultaneously. That's to show that nobody starts their second lap before their first lap touches. So if you watch their actual hands on the turns, they will both touch at the same time.
Now what I've heard is that there's a pressure plate on each wall that senses if, will it sense if they don't, or can they maybe sleight of hand?
Well, no, actually on tonight's meet, there only are pressure plates on that one side of the pool here for the timing systems. But yeah, on certain races they can tell. At the higher qualifying meets and all that, they can actually tell when the two hands touch and if they touch at simultaneous points in time.
As we come down here, close race. And coming in first is Pine Richland, lane 4. Shaler, second, lane 2. Third place in lane 2 was Pine Richland. Good race by everyone as Aiden Brophy comes down here. Good finish in lane 5.
All right, good swim by them seniors.
Austin
Dewees came in second there with the time of 1:12. Good time for him.
Okay, Casey, now it's our last, well, the second to the last event, which is the women's 400-yard freestyle relay. So there are 4 women in this event here, all swimming 4 laps of the pool. So that's 100. That's 4 laps for each of the 4 swimmers. So a total of 16 laps in this race. First performed by the women and then the men.
So not as long as that 500 from earlier, but good thing for the swimmers is that it's a relay, so not all of it is on one person, but the people that did the relay for the 500 I don't think will be in this race. That would be too much.
No. Well, actually, it's kind of funny. I do see here that my daughter, who just swam the 100 breaststroke, is now swimming the last leg of this event. So,
so she's got to be a little tired there.
There's a pull up. Thank goodness she has the other 3 swimmers swimming in front of her, so there will be 12 laps swum before she swims again. But again, the lactate acid that's built up in the muscles, hopefully it'll be done a little bit by then.
Yeah, try to get up as much rest as possible. Hopefully by the time she gets out there, her teammates will have given her a chance. Right now, it looks like so. Close race there between lanes 2, 3, and 4. I feel like that's where we've been seeing most of the competition tonight is between those lanes.
And that is true. That is true. Usually the fastest swimmers are in the middle 2 lanes. That's why, the odd and the even numbers. So usually it's lanes 3 and 4, then 2 and 5, and then 1 and 6 is usually. But sometimes coaches try to pull a fast one on other coaches and maybe put the faster swimmer on the outside lanes, thinking that the swimmer can't see them, even though you're not supposed to be looking at the other swimmer. They do try to use that as a tactic sometime to win the race.
Are there any disadvantages or advantages to where you swim, or is it just...
Well, I have always liked the middle lanes because, again, not that you're supposed
as they come off the blocks here.
So if you look at lane 5, we're trying to get the swimmer in lane 5, Noah Long, to swim a 100-yard freestyle time is a 51.9 in the 100 freestyle. What's that say? 50.4?
Yeah, 50.6.
50.6. So in lane 5, if you're looking, we're trying to get the swimmer in lane 5 to hit a 50.6 to qualify for a district meet, Whippeals.
So we'll see here, he has pulled ahead right now. Can he meet that time of 50.6? As he comes down to the last 25, he's at 39. Coming out with a big fish, you can see him putting in all the effort, trying to make his time. He just missed out on it. That was close, but I think he missed it by about a second or
Looks
two.
like he just missed it. Yep.
Good effort nonetheless. He'll be looking...
Still a good race here. Still a good race, definitely. Got Will Nebbiolo. Come on, Will. Keeping in lane 5 here for Shaler. Going in on lane 5 would be Braden Bork for Shaler, as well as Michael Giazoni. He's a swimmer for Shaler. He's a senior for Shaler this year.
I think that's Derek Forrester right now, finishing up his 50.
That is Derek Forrester coming in, yep.
As Michael Giazoni replaces him. Well, as we come down and close to final night, I'd like to say thank you, Mr. Sirkund, for helping out these last few years, helping out tonight. Congratulations to your daughter, Isabella, on her senior night. Just thank you all around, pretty much.
I thank you, Casey. Yeah, it's been 16 years that between my son, Gino, and my daughter, Isabella, that I've been involved here at the Shaler area program through both the club and the varsity level. Again, it's a great, great, great program. You know, so I encourage everyone to please, if you have any interest in swimming at all, to please check out the Shaler Area Swim Club website. There are people in there that answer the tickets and the emails and monitor the inbox and things like that. So we definitely would be able to get back to you if you have any interest. And, you know, I'd like to thank everybody, too. I couldn't do this alone. We have a great coaching staff, Betsy Nebbiolo, Chris Bork, who are also members of the booster program. Without them, I could not do all this. I'd like to give a shout out to Connie Vitale, who is helping tonight with the senior night. A great all-around program. She did a great job. She corrected, she made the booklets. She's announcing tonight. So again, thank you to all the parents getting your kids here and all that. And again, I couldn't have done it without the help of each and every person involved. Thank you.
Yep, we thank you, and thank you to everyone that was just mentioned for making this all possible. As Pine Richland there finishes in first in lane 4. So they finish off the last race of the night in first. As now you've got a good race here between lane 2 and 3 for Shaler. Shaler coming in there in second in lane 5. As they'll also come in 4th there in lane 3. That was good times for everyone and good finish from everyone all around in that race.
All right, Casey, we'd like to say thank you to you, SATV, and appreciate everybody's help and your volunteering here to come here and show off Shaler Area Swimming and Diving. So thank you very much.
Yep, and thank you, Mr. Sirkund, and thank you for everyone for coming out. Thank you for everyone tuning in to tonight. That is all we have tonight from Scott Elementary. Congratulations once again to all the seniors. This has been Shaler Area Varsity Swimming. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.